Meadows. In this center, we're going to be focusing on the Golden Age in ancient India. Now, the Golden Age was a time of great prosperity and growth throughout India's culture, and they made some great innovations and strides towards a better future and improved a lot of things. And we're going to talk about what they improved and how the Golden Age was beneficial to the culture of India. So make sure you're taking notes along with the video. Stop the video as needed to record the information on the slides. So what do we need to know about the Golden Age? Well, first off, we need to know that it occurred during the rule of Chandragupta II. It was a time of peace, growth, and progress throughout ancient India. A lot of things progressed, such as medicine, writing, and we're going to find out how those things progressed. Chandragupta II also supported many artists and writers, thus leading to a lot of new great inventions and a lot of new great writings and artists. So let's talk about what happened with the writing. The Kalidasa was an author known for his plays and poems. Now, he was huge during the Golden Age in India. He played a major role in contributing to the plays and poems that people used as entertainment. Now remember, back in ancient India, they didn't have Netflix and all these great things we have today and Twitter to keep them excited. Kalidasa was pretty much it. He was that author who wrote these plays and poems that people went and watched, and that was their form of entertainment. So that was a pretty big deal to them. Now this next thing is called Panchatara. I think I'm saying that right, tricky word. Panchatara was basically a big collection of folk tales that a bunch of unknown writers came together, collected, and wrote down in a series, and then they titled it Panchatara. Now, some of the folk tales you're going to see in this book is called Sinbad the Sailor and Jack the Giant Killer. And you can actually look up Panchatara and see what other kind of folk tales there was in there and how those folk tales were important and meaningful to the ancient Indian culture. Another thing that greatly benefited during the Golden Age in ancient India is mathematics. It was way back in 595 AD that they created the base 10 number system. We still use that same number system today, which is crazy to think how far back that number system dates. At that time, they called it the Arabic numerals, and it was, like I said before, used as far back as 595 AD, which is pretty crazy. It was developed during that Golden Age in India. Another major thing that happened during the Golden Age was the invention and the progression of medicine. Indian doctors began to discover ways to set broken bones, so they wouldn't just leave the bones hanging out of socket. They started to discover ways to set them back in their place so that they could heal and regrow back to strong bones again. They also began to develop mechanisms to help women give birth. They were lessening the amount of fatalities or deaths that they witnessed during childbirth. They were helping the women become stronger and developing medicine to help them survive the childbirth. They used skins from other parts of their body to mend ears and noses. So they basically began transferring skin from other parts of the body to mend things like the ears and the noses. We still do that today in our medicine. They also use what was called incluation. Now, incluation is like when you give a person a mild form of a disease so that he or she would not get sick with a more serious form. We still use this as well today. We use it in the form of vaccinations. Now, when you go and get a flu shot or a vaccination, they basically inject in you a little bit of a flu strand so that your body becomes susceptible or immune to that type of virus, and so that you won't get it really, really bad and it'll make you really, really ill. So that inoculation began in ancient India and is still used today. Pretty cool, huh? Another thing we need to know is that the Golden Age's great wealth was not confined just to India. Other areas around the world benefited from the Golden Age in India. Ideas of India were carried to other lands by traders. For example, Arabian merchants took the following west to the Mediterranean region, such as spices, cloth, carpets, jewelry. They also carried Indian books and ideas to Europe and Africa. So they began to spread their inventions and their great wealth all throughout their lands, and it was not just confined to ancient India. Now this is just a short little excerpt of what the Golden Age was to ancient India and how important it was, so make sure you took good thorough notes throughout the video. If you need to go back and rewatch it, I highly suggest you do it. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day.